Security policies. Like any other policy, they originate with executive management, maybe functional management, alters them to match their department, fleshes them out a little better. But with security policy, we're looking at how to protect sensitive data and our resources. Network infrastructure, our routers. Routers are very important, allows us to communicate to the outside world. Firewalls keep us safe. IDSs monitor for internal attacks. IPS monitors for external attacks. Make sure our wiring closets are safe. People aren't going in there. They're not plugging new things into the network jacks that have been left open. So we've got to protect our network infrastructure. Physical electronic data. Papers go into locked file cabinets. Electronic data is normally stored in a database and protected by the custodian, the DBA. We have to protect our applications, make sure that they don't get abused. And this includes ones off-the-shelf, commercial off-the-shelf software, and ones that are homegrown that you develop in-house. Doing input validation for the coding, making sure programmers follow best practices. And when you get COTS, commercial off-the-shelf software, you're not going to be able to look at the source code in most cases, so you might do a process called fuzzing, testing the software, putting in strange input, see how it reacts, build manuals to help users do things right, so you know what weaknesses it has and how to overcome them. Your physical environment, how to protect it, good lighting, good fences, good walls, guards, good doors, fire suppression systems. I was going to say sprinklers, but don't put water sprinklers in your server room. That's usually not a good idea. You're going to use a gas discharge there. So fire suppression, let's be a little more generic so I don't end up having all your servers fry. I can see someone saying, yeah, listen to Joe. He said fry the servers by soaking them. No, I didn't. I said gas discharge systems there. There can be lots of individual policies that go together to make up your security policy. Policy on protecting data, policy on protecting hardware, physical security, all go together. Should identify conformance requirements for all implemented security measures. You want compliance. You want people to follow the policy, and you want policies to act in the same way. If someone's not familiar with this particular policy, but you got other policies, they should have enough in common that they can reason out what's expected. You know, you say you can't share data in this department, can't share data in that department. You go over to this department, guess what the policy's probably going to say? Can't share data. You want everything to be alike. I'm going to move it to IT. I know most of you watching this are IT people. When we have configuration management, the purpose is for stability. And you get stability by having everything the same. We want our policies to look the same. We want them to work the same way. And across the board, things should work the same way. Stability. If someone's not familiar with the policy, they can guess what it says without having to read it. That's a good thing. And then they read it, they get finer details. And can be used to evaluate security compliance. Auditing is about compliance, making sure people do things according to prescribed methods. If they change from the prescribed methods, we don't know what's happening. We want security compliance, things done as dictated so we can audit them. We know whether or not security actually works.